If you feel the items in your closet aren't conspiring to make you feel the way you want and you think you need new clothes, maybe what you really need is some inspiration on how to combine certain pieces together to elicit different emotions that match what you want when you want it. So today I'd like to talk about where I get my inspiration from and how I go about styling the clothes that I have in new ways. And hopefully will inspire you to look at your wardrobe with new eyes so you get more wear out of it without buying anything new. I normally get inspiration from magazines and fashion shows. I understand that these are a little bit difficult to translate to daily life. So I browse the website of some brands and stores I love instead, because chances are I already have a lot of similar items and I'm gonna replicate 8 outfits. If this sounds interesting, then keep on watching. One of my favorite places to get inspiration from are brands like Mango and stores like Net-a-Porter. I absolutely love their cool vibe and modern styling, but there's something to be said for this exercise. Even though I love the way they style their clothes, I refrain from copying exactly what they're doing. Let me explain. If I see a picture like this, I'm not just looking at the items themselves, like a striped shirt, a leather jacket, and a trench coat. Instead, I'm looking at things like layers, the mix of textures, how they style a scarf or a sweater, the contrast in color, and even the vibe they give. So I'm going to point out all of the thought process behind what I'm using to make the looks my own instead of literally copying the exact same outfit. So let's get started. Okay, so for this look, rather than going for a leather jacket, I actually thought it would be more me to go for a sculpted denim jacket instead. I think I have a pretty solid texture mix here between the denim and the cotton of the trench, as well as depth. I also find the slingback shoes bring a tad more refinement to the look than the chunky slides and give me more options. Overall, it's a classic and tidy look, but this doesn't feel really me. As much as I would love to be a trench coat person, I don't think I'm that classic. I'm more of a cool, modern woman, and I think I just have to own it. So to incorporate that classic vibe with a blazer like this instead makes much more sense and feels a lot more like myself. It's still classic, but now it reflects me more. It's got a really interesting modernity to it versus something expected. I would finish this off with a structured bag in the same color of the shoes to tie everything up, and I'm really happy with this. I like the idea of turning something super classic and putting a spin on it. Okay, so moving on to the next inspiration. This one is from Net-a-Porter. It's a simple double denim look because I have a lot of denim items. Actually, it's a coordinated set. So let's see what this takes me to. Okay, what I'm gonna do is use an oversized denim blazer for this. This is definitely different and more like a suit, definitely not a coordinated set. It's a little bit too voluminous for me and I don't want to get overwhelmed, so I'm going to add a belt. Okay, I don't hate it. It's actually really good. The real question is, would I wear this in real life? The answer is probably no. I need a little bit more modesty. So what I'm gonna do is add a turtleneck underneath, and now I feel much better. I'm enjoying doing all these experiments. Now it's very interesting and put together. I really like this. Next look, also from Net-a-Porter. So this look caught my eye again because of the layers. This is very easy to replicate, but I'm going to try to put my own spin on it. I definitely don't have a gray A-line skirt, but the silhouette is something that I'm drawn to and that I know I own. So ultimately for me, it's not about the color, but the silhouette and the lines here and the whole office wear vibe going on. So let's see what I've got in my closet. Okay, so she's buttoned up this way. She's got the contrast, which I love, and she left her shirt unbuttoned just so, which I could definitely do too. I like this look, but it's not very much in the same vibe I am these days. I'm really craving more fun with my outfits. I mean, this is way too serious for me. And the vibe she's giving to the clothes is what's often overlooked when we are shopping our closet or when we are reinterpreting inspiration looks. We lose track of who we are and what we can bring to the outfit. So the elements I'm looking for are the ones I love, such as the modern tailoring, the classic cuts, but also she's got an intrinsic seriousness that I want to soften up personally. So instead of doing sober colors, I'm going to add this beautiful yellowish striped peplum shirt for some subtle color injection. And what I'm going to do is add a contrasting belt to further define my waist and create a more dramatic silhouette. Oh, I love how it brings some life to an otherwise too serious look. This is so much fun. This feels really cool to me. It really feels interesting. It feels a lot more like the vibe I'm craving. And to be honest, these little tweaks make all the difference. I love that. I could leave here, but I'm not gonna, cause there's this silk shirt with frills at the front that I find super chic that adds a bit of texture to a very plain look. So I'm seeing playfulness of the socks offsetting the chicness of the blouse that brings me to the look. Okay, so this is the next look from Mango, a leather trench coat and a dramatic turtleneck dress that she's wearing as a top, which I absolutely love. And she almost has that matrix aura to her. So what I'm gonna do is softening up the contrast here with a white suit instead and a silk dramatic turtleneck blouse, because I find it works beautifully and it's got a bit of a softness to this super structured tailor men's inspired suit. That's what I want, something modern yet soft with a touch of drama. As you may have noticed, all these looks are quite minimalist, and I'm a minimalist person myself, except for a few layers here and there. This is all about the styles that I know I can pull off and make my own, and not trying to reinvent myself. So the next look is no different. It's a minimalist tonal look, and this red shade caught my eyes, but it feels too one-dimensional, and it's missing a little bit of texture. So my idea is to bring some shape and play with the finish of the materials. Maybe a trench coat with a glossy finish and cinched to create the silhouette I want, and matching boots. And to add even more texture, a neat turtleneck in the same color. And I think all I need now is a bright green small purse for depth. I feel the look's complete now. What do you think? The next look is an all-black outfit. It's all about the silhouette with the super wide shoulders, cinched waist. It's got that modern 50s feel to it that I love. We're getting that tension of the volume on top with a very fitted bottom that works for her, but for me, I added a fluted skirt instead, which creates more curves. I love this. I would totally wear this out. It's super tailored and sharp, and I think that's really what this look is about. And the sandals and sheer socks add modernity. But you could also use a metallic shoe instead, or a white purse to brighten up the look. I mean, there are so many options. I'm just so happy with this. I hope I get to wear it. As you can probably tell, I'm super excited with these experiments. Okay, moving on to this super simple yet very effective look. A classic trench coat with textured shoes. I love the texture in the shoes so much. So my version isn't a classic trench coat, but an oversized denim one. And I wanted to insert an element of fun and thought these furry flip-flops would be perfect. I kept the foundation black and finally added a quilted tote bag to tie the look together. And I can totally see myself in this look. And the last look is this preppy style Bermuda linen blazer, shirt and classic ballet flats. Which drew me to this look is the easy chicness. She is wearing quite a softer neutral palette, so my idea for this is to go along with those lines. But instead of the preppy style, which by the way is so in at the moment, I wanted to give it a spin and went more for a bourgeois vibe in a similar color palette. I also like the idea of the linen to keep things fresh and to add a bit of playfulness and sophistication. I guess that's been the theme of this video. I went for this ruffled blouse and a shaped blazer. I wanted a little bit of depth, so I brought in this rich caramel bag and oversized sunglasses finish off the look. It's It's quite a departure from the inspiration look, but man, does it feel me. This is the kind of look that when someone ever said it looked awful, I would just smile, because deep down I know how it feels, and it feels great. So that was it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so grateful you're here. Let me know your thoughts on these looks. Hope I somehow inspire you. For me, it's always fun to experiment, and I always learn something new or come up with something that I hadn't thought of before. So that's always a win for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or if you learned something new. Hit the subscription if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much again for watching and for being here, and I'll be back with more styling ideas. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.